Hey guys, it's Pancake. Happy Valentine's Day and welcome to my breakfast table. Today we'll be playing Monster Prom in the spirit of the holiday of love. So if you like what you see, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you want to check out more of my content. On to the video! Spooky high school, the sweetest years of our lives. Back then we were young and unafraid. Sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were. I don't remember high school ever being like that for me personally. But sure, I'm always Pancake.
Sweet!
Always. We had yet to experience its ultimate challenge. The Monster Prom. I remember it clearly. 3 weeks were left, and as we fantasized about our dream prom dates, we were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 6 most charismatic classmates. Miranda Vanderbilt, 19, a sweet mermaid princess who was cute as she was genocidal. Damien LeVay, 21, a fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love of fire. Scott Howell, 21, a werewolf athlete who compensated for his rather small brain with a stupidly huge heart. Liam de Leoncourt, unknown, age past 400. A hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid that he was truly a lovable dork.
Yay!
Polly Geist, 22, a party ghost with an insatiable hunger for all the wrong things. And Vera Oberlin, 23, a mean, self-made gorgon with a merciless sense of business. It was clear it had to be one of them, but who? We only had 3 weeks to choose our prom date, and even more daunting, we only had 3 weeks to woo them and conquer their heart. But as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Hell yeah, we are. Welcome to Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever! But all those fucking tabloid pop quizzes are so fun, though. All minds are rotten, but they are rotten in so many different ways. Worry no more! We're now using our PhD in bullshit to diagnose which kind of deviant sicko you are! Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever, TM, will throw a bunch of absurd questions at you and turn your answers into character stats. This way, each of you will start by having stats that better reflect your true selves. Let's start! School is outdated and lame. We need a new school subject ASAP. How to correctly punch a crocodile without terrible consequences, turning people into your puppets through emotional warfare and deception, critical thought. I mean, damn, this country could really use a subject like that in schools. That's a little too real. That feels mean. It's funny though. What would the coolest prize you could find in your box of cereal? Or what would be the coolest? I can't read. The phone number of that sexy tiger on the front of the box. He's so passionate about breakfast and health that he's surely also a great lover. A tiny piece of sharp metal, so every scoop will be a thrill and danger. A sample of more nutritious breakfast option. I don't know if I'm into fucking a tiger, so you know what? Danger. Danger sounds fun. What criteria would you use to name your children? I will research for a name that is pun-proof and joke-proof. No one will pick on them. Non-heteronormative name to give them the freedom to define themselves on their own terms. That's very nice. My name plus the second. Meh. No name. It's just too much work. Just a swear word. Something simple and friendly, like Bobby or Mary. I don't actually know. I feel like this is gonna get me smarts again. Gasp, it seems I'm already winning the heart of our hipster dork.
Let's go!
might fully have to be the way to go. I've already somehow succeeded in at least a little bit, so I guess all I'd have to do is push it all the way. So hipster, I feel like smarts probably goes into play here. Maybe this is smarts, but he could also be like charm, maybe? Or creativity? What's creativity? You know what? We'll start with what I think is the obvious one, smarts. That day, you listen to your elders and learn valuable lessons. Sometimes, after all the monster nonsense and the dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity at this high school. As so many have forgotten before. I gained 2 smarts. Turned on that brain. You notice Damien and Liam arguing as intensely as they are stupidly. You're not unique. I'm fucking unique. Ha, you wish. I'm unique like a snowflake made of flash-frozen tears. Well, I'm unique like a snowflake made of flash-frozen fuck you. I'm so unique. I eat garlic with every meal. You know what? I love garlic, so no shame in that. Big deal. I'm so unique. I've got a tattoo of the baby Jesus on my ass. The baby Jesus? Okay. Yawn. I'm so unique. I let my victims suck my blood. Kinky? Weak. I'm so unique. I go to church every Sunday. Hey, I'd do that too if I wasn't allergic. Would not. Would too. Bite me, alu turd. Don't tempt me, I'm not even gonna bother. This could go on for forever, and if it does, you'll never get to smooch either of them. It's up to you to put an end to this debate once and for all. You suggest they decide the issue by... He's a hipster, so I'm gonna say momentgram. No, I'm not charming, so of course that failed. Yeah, momentgram, what the fuck is that? I'm gonna throw out a guess here. Is that a social network? He's messing with me. Oh, that explains it. Listen, outsiders like us, we don't use social networks. We use anti-social networks. Like, see this one? It's called Loner. I've got 0 friends on it. Ha, is that all? I've got -1 friends. Well, the last image I posted got over 1,000 dislikes. Oh yeah? Well, you've clearly solved nothing. You decide to make your escape before you're caught in some kind of indie implosion. You lose 2 creativity and -1 charm. Well, this might go horribly. You've just sat down to eat with Damien and Liam. Well, to eat with Damien. Liam's just taking pictures of his food. When a leather-clad figure drops from the air vent onto your table. It's the Slayer. Lunchtime's over, dirtbags. Time to die. This always happens when we sit together. Your death-based rhetoric is offensive. Don't spoil my food pick. Oh, I'll spoil more than your food pick, Count Stankula. I'm about to spoil your face. Just his, though, right? Both your faces. Fuck. The Slayer is right between the 3 of you. You can't save Liam and Damien, but if you act fast, you might just be able to save one. Immobilize Damien with the Lord's Prayer while Liam escapes. You've been waiting for this moment your whole life. Flip the table for justice. You know what? I'll let Liam go. You launch into a hearty rendition of the Our Father. You've done this loads of times. It's not that the prayer has any kind of magical effect on Damien. He just can't resist criticizing it. Okay, first of all, he's not our father. I've got 2 dads, and neither of them is a holy asshole in a stupid cloud palace. And thy kingdom come? What is that supposed to mean? Are we, like, praying for the end of the world now? Oh, sure, beg for him for your daily bread. What, are you in prison or something? Your omnipotent dad can't spring out better food than bread? What if you've got a gluten allergy? Do you still have to eat the daily bread? Ugh, this is ridiculous! While Damien continues to rave, Liam snaps a few more artful pics of his lunch and then carries it to another table. Ahem. Are you done? Almost. I have a whole bit about the multiple papal revisions that's really fucking vicious. Close enough. Eat holy water. You can't eat a liquid. It's Damon has a hard time forming any more iconoclastic opinions with his flesh on fire. He flees the cafeteria and you retreat to sit at Liam's table. Now that he's done taking pictures of his food, he even lets you have some. This has been a real bonding experience. Has it? I don't think I'm succeeding.
Let's go.
What's creativity again? I think this one's creativity. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, it's as though the muses themselves has descended to give you figurative oral sex. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards. You gain +2 creativity. I'm back to where I was before. Later, you see Liam beaming to himself. Liam? Beaming? It appears that my application to write for Virtue magazine was received and accepted. I knew my pitch would hook them. Imagine the edgiest, most irrelevant article subject you can think of. Now double it. That's my article subject. You see, I used a writing technique on them called lying. It's very effective. Up until they call your bluff. Now I've got to actually write an article, and I've got no idea what to write. You! Save me from the consequences of my actions. Suggest an idea that lives up to my own hype. A passionate argument for the legalization of recreational chimera toxins. A chilling expose of the pasta industry's griffin trafficking. I don't know my stats for either of these, but I'm not very charming, and I think passion is more charming, so let's go with chilling. Yes! Boldness! Ah, yes! Zoological warfare is a very hot topic right now. I can't fucking say all these big words. And I just had a griffin pasta the other day, and it was delicious. But if the suffering of the griffins is greater than the deliciousness of their taste, then this is something the public must know about, specifically from me. Soon thereafter, you see A Piece in the Virtue by new correspondent Liam de Liancourt. Griffin pasta, delicious, but deadly. For the griffin, not for you. Wait, does this mean you have to stop eating griffin pasta? Whatever. You gain +2 smarts and +1 boldness. Yes!
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with more creativity, because that is not great. 4 is not great. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, you are struck by the lightning of inspiration. You come up with the ultimate nickname for yourself. You tell everyone to call you by it, also known as one of the 7 most douchebaggiest moves in the world, but the nickname is so awesome, inventive, and appropriate that the people decide to go with it. Quite the feat. You gain +2 creativity. We, the devs, dare you to actually come up with a nickname for yourself and ask the other players to call you by that name until the end of this run. There are no other people with me, but, you, the audience! You know me as Pancake. I guess keep it, unless you can come up with something better, 'cause I can't. Liam stalks past you backstage, pretending to talk to himself, but clearly speaking for your benefit. Oh, the tangled tribulations of the committed iconoclast. The talent show is a fascist monument to the misguided ego and public spectacle. The dignified thing would be sit out in the event of protest, but that's what everyone expects me to do, therefore I must participate. The question is how? How do I foreground my native artistic talent while simultaneously making plain my utter contempt for the event? Liam pauses his monologue to give you an opportunity to interject. Any ideas? 13 minutes of judgmental staring, a live mashup of Stravinsky's Rite of Spring and the theme song from Ninja Turtles. I'm pretty sure that's creativity, but I don't know if that's more than what I think is my boldness? Yes! Okay. Transcendent. A performance reminiscent of John Cage's 4:33, but 7 minutes and 27 seconds longer. A piece to rival Marina Abramovic's The Artist is Present, but better because the artist is me. Finally, the entire school will see what I really think of them. Or at least see me thinking about what I really think of them. Thank you. When it comes time for me to perform my masterpiece, I'll be sure not to make eye contact with you. Gasp, what a privilege. Have I earned yet a higher status? I'm getting into this way too much.
Let's go.
My mouse was perfectly placed. I didn't even have to move it. You take your seat between the strongest and smartest men you know. Liam appears to be taking a very intense picture of some bizarre-looking food. Scott is looking about as confused as you are currently. But Liam, food is delicious. It's for eating. That's why they call it lunchtime. Neither one of those statements is wrong, but they also aren't quite connected. Scott, if I had the capacity to eat, I assure you, I would still ignore the actual content of the food in favor of finding the perfect combination for a flawless Momentgram post. Oh, I see. You're going to post a picture to advertise the food to people who can actually eat it. You're so smart. I'll be happy to eat your food for you. I'm afraid your palate is way too unsophisticated to appreciate these rare Japanese delicacies. Ooh, they're Japanese. Do you have any Scott snacks? Scott snack. You know what? Fine. I've taken all the pictures I need. Eat whatever you want. Thanks, Liam. Ooh, they all look so yummy. I don't know where to start. Pancake? Any ideas? Maybe your choice of snack can get you one of these boys to want to snack on you. In an innuendo way, not literally. Yet, if they're respectively a werewolf and a vampire, either one of them could eat me, literally. And you know what? I'm glad they're not. The meat biscuits. Okay, obviously not that one. Obviously, the lychee fruit flavored custard with a side of tofu and a drizzle of raspberry extract is the most superior food on the plate. You know, honestly, I love the flavor of lychee, so, chef's kiss. Oh, Pancake, I always knew you were a monster of impeccable taste. Actually, that isn't true. I assume everyone has horrible taste and a useless aesthetic. But in this case, it's pretty clear that this assumption does not apply to your beautiful self. Aw, did I say beautiful? I meant your aesthetic is beautiful. He's blushing because we have the same aesthetic. The lychee custard picture has already gotten more likes than any other food on this table. And it's absolutely delicious! How could the way it tastes possibly have any relevance to a conversation about food? Liam, you're so smart, I don't even understand how that makes any kind of sense! Thank you for being someone with whom I can actually discuss the important nuance of Japanese food pictures. It appears to be you and me against a very ignorant world. Yeah, stupid everyone else for actually eating their food and not taking pictures. Thank goodness you and Liam have each other, XOXO. Oh man.
Let's go.
I guess I'll just keep
Hey, stranger.
farming creativity at this point. Oh, I didn't even fucking see that was the store. Hi, stranger. It's been a while. I've missed you. It's okay, you can look at my stuff. I think this might boost my creativity, so I'll take that. Yes! Okay.
I did some shopping.
Ah, Prom approaches steadily to class. Because they're now on par, and I'm pretty sure those are the two I need for him. He seems like smarts and creativity. That seems like a typical hipster vibe. That day, you'll learn a ton of spells that are all as cool as they are seemingly useless. A spell to renew stickers' stickiness. A spell to turn chocolate and vanilla ice cream into vanilla and chocolate ice cream. A spell to gain +2 smarts. You actually use that last spell, and you gain +2 smarts. Oh, thank God. I'm a genius. Scott strolls by, happily munching on something. Liam gapes at him, appalled. What on earth are you eating, Scott? This delicious new flavor of fangless potato chips. Maximum ultimate double barbecue massacre. Jesus Christ, what a name. Really? Because it looks like a raw, severed goat head inside a cardboard tube. Oh, yeah, I guess it does. Could have sworn it was a potato chip. Didn't click too fast. Tasty, tasty. Does wanton environmental destruction sound tasty to you? I don't know. Is that a kind of jerky? No, Scott. Don't you realize that in order to harvest these goat heads, Fangles and Co. decapitate millions of innocent goats every year? But what do they do with the bodies of the goats? Nothing! It's a horrendously wasteful practice! Oh no! All those poor headless goat bodies running around and bumping into things! We have to stop them! Wait, really? I was just trying to make you feel guilty. I didn't actually have a plan of action, but if someone were to suggest one... Assemble an army of vengeful undead goat torsos! Write an extremely mean blog post. I'm so worried that this is gonna fuck me over, but I don't... Oh no, okay, whew! But how can a blog post cause any kind of meaningful... Quiet, Scott! I've been training my entire life for this! Liam whips out a tablet with "This machine kills fascists" written on it and gets to work. The blog post he writes is so incendiary that the Monstropolis Fire Department has to send digital firefighters to put out all the flame emojis. Damn. Fangles is forced to recall their maximum ultimate double barbecue massacre flavor, just to prevent the internet from burning down. Scott bids a tearful goodbye to his cardboard tube full of goat head, but you all agree it's for the best. You gain +2 smarts and 1 creativity. You. Prom, just around the corner.
Let's go.
You notice Liam looking disgruntled, which is his default, so whatever. But it seems like Miranda is pretty upset too. Better check it out. Liam, why are you typing on your phone so angrily? Did your phone offend you in some way? Why are you mad at it? You seem to be an 8.5 on the Frowny Liam scale. The what? The Frowny Liam scale. Normally I can tell how people are feeling from their faces, but you seem to be frowning most of the time, so I created a chart to measure your frowniness. Miranda pulls out a notepad and displays a series of doodles of Liam's frowniness. They are not super accurate, but they are super adorable. I'm not angry at my phone. My so-called frowniness is caused by a heinous error. I specifically asked that my creature cream brulee be extra crispy so that it is truly popped with my #massacre momentgram filter. Instead, they burnt it to a crisp, rendering it unphotographable. Monsters deserve to know what they're getting into if they choose to eat at this cafeteria, so they can choose to take their business to a different establishment, and so I'm writing a scathing whelp review. Liam, you can't do that. If they shut the cafeteria down, the school kitchen staff will lose their jobs. Did you know that peasants have to do labor to make living wages? They don't simply have an unlimited store of gold. I was shocked when I first found out. Of course you were. If the kitchen staff wanted to earn their wages, they should have been better at their jobs. I am simply the merchant of truth. No, you're the merchant of poop. Your royal sophistication shines through. Look, ask Pancake. Their taste may tend toward the mainstream, but surely they can see the subpar cafeteria must be exposed. Don't be ridiculous. Pancake is surely more compassionate than that and would gladly help me save the cafeteria. Again. Gosh, it's hard to keep track of your misadventures at the shit show of a school, but still, you'll help if you can. Miranda can't undermine Liam's admittedly talented criticism alone. This will take an army of homeless people we pay to write positive Yelp reviews of the cafeteria until we eclipse Liam's. I mean, it would be nice to help homeless people, but Liam won alone. Oh, at least not the voice of a high schooler. Let's get a renowned food critic to write a Pulitzer-worthy expose to be published in the most widely read periodicals. That definitely seems like the one he'd like. Excellent idea. I am an incredible, intelligent, compassionate person with tons of humility. More than enough to admit when a professional's help may be of use to me. You think you have the most humility? You shall never be as humble as I am. Every day my servants tell me I am the most humblest person to ever live. That's so funny to me. Miranda storms off in a huff, leaving you and Liam to proceed with your amazing, incredible genius plan. You're super humble too. Why, of course I am. You use your magnificent calligraphy skills you picked up in your elective class, Calligraphy and Murder, to write 5 letters chock full of #aesthetic. Liam produces a delicate white dove from his backpack, how is it breathing in there, and gives it to the newly addressed letters. You're not sure what's more intriguing, the fact that Liam trusts the dove will be able to read the addresses to deliver the letters, or the fact that the addresses he wrote down were just their emails? Regardless, it seems to have worked, because within a minute of the dove's release, you receive your first reply on your phones. Ah, I knew the exquisite Jacques Enzevour would have enthusiasm for our plight. Thus, his immediate response. Dear Liam, I received your message, though the calligraphy is quite impressive. I am afraid I must give you the same answer I gave you when you asked me to write a review on the cuisine cooked by your friend's grandmother last Thanksgiving. I don't know how you got the dove to find out where I live based on my email address, but stop contacting me. Most lovingly yours, with great and humblest food critic, Jacques Enzevour. Oh, Pancake, nobody understands the severity of creme brulee transgression. Thank goodness we have each other. Heck yeah, you have each other. For prom, hopefully. At the very least, maybe he'll let you borrow that dove sometimes to send anthrax to your enemies. Yeah, they wouldn't expect that. They're expecting the postal system. Dove time, bitches. Okay, my creativity and my smartness are both kind of like up there. So you know what? Let's get some money. That day you spend some time on the library's PCs managing your start kicker. You deceive lots of people with a sensationalist video and impossible promises. Nice. You gain 100,000 money, but almost everything goes to cover costs and you keep only +2. We're not broke. You're casually reading the latest issue of Monster magazine when you are rudely interrupted. See, even Pancake, a sensible monster with a good head on their shoulders and at least some smarts, is reading Monster magazine. Yeah, and that's bad, because we're warriors, so we need to fight. Scott takes the magazine from you and punches it. Hooray! Let's go solve another of the world's major problems. No, Scott, we're social justice warriors. You see, Pancake, ever since our major success with the Fangles goat head debacle, we've taken it upon ourselves to stand up against injustice by punching magazines. No, Scott. As you no doubt noticed, Monster Magazine's sexiest monster alive this year is Count Victor von Musselbod, the werewolf prince / bodybuilder. That makes him the 5th royal werewolf bodybuilder in a row to earn the title. What about those of us with leaner physiques? What of our representation? So now we're endeavoring to get Monster Magazine to name someone from a more marginalized community as their sexiest creature alive. We just need to figure out a way to convince them, since I guess punching the magazine wasn't good enough. Psh, that's easy. All you need to do is solve everyone's body images issues forever is make our own version of the magazine featuring a 3-winged chupacabra on the cover, lean heavily into the warrior part, store Monster Magazine, and hold the editor-in-chief captive until he promises to stop exclusively promoting one aesthetic as a pinnacle of monster sexiness. You know what? Yeah, I figured that one would be the one to go with. What a brilliant idea! 3-winged chupacabras are definitely an undeserved population? I've played sports game against someone exactly like that. He was always wanted to be a model, but never thought anyone would want to do pictures of him. Now we can. You can, and you do. You do all the pictures and make a mock-up of your own Monster Magazine. It goes hella viral, and before long it's becoming more celebrated than the actual Monster Magazine. Pretty soon after, you get a letter from the editor-in-chief officially admitting defeat in the face of your superiority and relinquishing his magazine and headquarters to you. Sweet! Now you have a magazine, which instantly brings you +3 money. Hey, I know you were about to move on your next misadventure, but I wanted to say really quickly, as pretty much the only girls in the school shaped differently than the rest of our classmates, it was really nice to see a 3-winged chupacabra celebrated over a royal werewolf bodybuilder. It gives us hope too, you know? Aw, that was actually really sweet. The Coven is so much cooler than when they are not babbling on and on about that end-of-the-world bullshit and expecting your help with it. It's way more fun to interact with your classmates when they're complimenting you instead. Oh boy.
Oh, hey.
Succeed, please. You finally pluck up your courage and ask your beloved to go to the monster prom with you. Prom? That's so kitsch and cliche that it's actually hip. Yes, let's go to the prom together. What a retro thing to do, right? I can wear a tuxedo and all. Ha ha ha! It's gonna be wonderful! But in an ironic way. Prom night was beautiful. Look at them, they're so cute together. For once, Liam seemed relaxed, without feeling the need to act cool. He put all his mysterious posing aside and told you a bit about the time he spent as a part of the coven and about when he was in a K-pop band. He was in a K-pop band. That's wow. You told him you admired that about him. Now, how he has no issue trying new things, as wacky as they might sound. He smiled and told you that when you're immortal, you need to explore life to its fullest and always be eager to discover new things you might like. That's actually a really good lesson. Then he said, and you know what? Coming to prom with you has turned to be a new thing I seem to like very much. Aww. Aww. Look at that. Best at impersonating a plate of spaghetti. Wow, what a talent! Those 3 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After the monster prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were and who we could be. And you know what? Like it always does, life happened, and it was wonderful. Liam kept doing art so that he could eventually He kept doing art so hard that he eventually evaporated and became the concept of coolness itself. As he left the physical plane, the last thing Liam did was give everyone a condescending look. Miranda got a job at being princess of her kingdom, which was actually kind of her job already. Well, you don't see her complaining about it. Damien loved fire to the very end. Unfortunately, that wasn't a super legal affair, and he ended up in prison for arson. Fortunately, prison was flammable. For those 3 weeks, the monster prom seemed larger than life, and then it was gone, just like that. The battle for monster prom might have ended then, but there were plenty of battles left in that war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. I love this game so much. It's always so silly. I have all 3, but this one always remains my favorite. I do hope you like this, and I hope you all stay syrupy sweet.